think it is accurate to say that the version of the Bible today and now for many decades that is the one that is most often referred to is the one that was written, commissioned by King James. The reason why I asked you earlier, were you talking about someone in particular, because you talked about a murderer and a rapist and a whole bunch of other characteristics that weren't so flattering.
Yes.
I thought you might have mentioned King James then. Tell us about King James, the writer, the commissioner, the author of the book that so many Christians today read.
Well, King James was a king, a ruler, who felt that he should not allow a ruler from another country, i.e. the Pope, to dictate how he was going to govern his people. So he decided.
So again, for history's sake, King James ruled England.
Yes, ruled
and,
England.
And the Pope was out of Rome.
Was out of Rome, exactly. And there was a split between the Anglo-Saxons in the UK and Rome and the Vatican, because they understood very clearly that this is a game, that people have been using their relationship with God in order to manipulate other people, to wage war, and to do some ungodly things. You know, it can truly be said that right now there are more people on earth being killed in the name of God than are being saved by God, whether they worship a Islamic God or a Jewish God or a Christian God. So some terrible things have been done in the name of God. And the history of humanity is replete with the names of people who have engaged in these actions. But King James was a man who, I once heard Dick Gregory refer to him as a man who would make Adolf Hitler look like Santa Claus. He was a murderer, and he wanted to have a book, his own version of the Bible, that would allow him to engage his subjects in the manner that he wanted to and still be looked upon favorably by God. And so he commissioned a team of writers to write the authorized version of the Bible. As a matter of fact, when the King James Version of the Bible was written, only members of the royal class were allowed to read the Bible. Anyone who was a poor person, a middle class or poor person, back in that day in England would be killed, would be in prison for reading the Bible. So this was a text that was exclusively written for only for a small subset of the British population at that time.
We're going to talk about Judaism and Islam.